So anime of the season has officially arrived. Oshi no Ko season 2 is here. Now, is it actually going to be anime of the season? I don't know. I mean, for me, I'm pretty sure it will be. Though, depending on how Tower of God goes, maybe that. But all I'm hearing is that a lot of manga readers say that this is the arc that got them, like, fully invested into Oshi no Ko. Like, this is the arc that took it up a notch. And I thought it got took up a notch in season 1. So, if this stage play is really, like, considered to be one of the best arcs, if not the best, I mean, we very well could be looking at anime of the season. If the opening and the ending are quality-wise something to compare where this show's gonna go, Jesus, I know there's very few shows that have been released so far, but production, song, directing, opening and ending are just beautiful. But the episode was great. I love, like, I have to imagine, now I'm probably going to go take a look later at the manga chapters for this episode, because I am convinced this studio went above and beyond for visual directing. The idea that you legitimately have just such expressive with, like, because the manga's in black and white, yeah, they may have some color pages on the covers and stuff, but the constant shifts and color splatters and directing choices, it's just so visually creative, and then they sideswiped you with that ending. You get this bubbly, timid, embarrassed manga author. You're thinking, okay, if anything, maybe the princess element that Akane's a little salty about, that will get changed. But then you see the vibe and like, okay, you're just happy to see your work be brought to life. And it's like, can we change something? Sure. The whole thing. Oh, it gonna get spicy. Now, of course, I have full live reactions over on Patreon. If you want to see my full and good thought to any of these Oshi no Ko episodes, it's over there exclusively. I've been waiting for the return of this. I have been waiting for the return of this, and I just have such a good feeling. I don't need manga readers telling me how great this arc is. I just naturally have a good feeling because of the stage play direction. And I just, there's so many characters at this point I want to see more of. But something I really like, whether it was, you know, primarily with Season 1 and the idea of actually exploring a toxic side of the idol industry, which you don't always see explored, especially in anime. In this season, it feels like we're really going to explore something you don't always see as well, which is the, you know, the idea of creating something and having it be adapted. And the interesting thing about this stage play is it's actually being done from a place of genuine care. And I think something that a lot of source readers really get hung up on but don't understand is that each medium is a different experience. And just because, you know, if you're reading a light novel, you could have a paragraph or 2 paragraphs of internal dialogue to get across a character's feelings. In an anime or a stage play, you can't do that. It's a different, you can't just have a character sit there talking, thinking in his head. Like, sometimes you can, but it's a different medium. There's different expectations of how to, because with live action actors, you don't always have to have characters say something to know how they feel. You can get across that in their facial expressions because you have an element in a medium or an area of visualization that you don't have in something like a light novel. So the idea of, like, you know, the big issue that, you know, our girl had was that basically if you look at the manga, there's a lot more, it's not just gun-ho, let's go murder, let's go send troops in, it's, there's struggle, and in return it causes other characters to have a little struggle of what she's saying before they come to a realization. In the play, it's very quick, it's very snappy, it's like, okay, we have to do this. But you can get across and you understand why one of the directors, you know, who wrote the script is like, listen, I'm a fan of this, but you have to understand we have a 2-hour runtime, we have to do things a bit differently, and if we were to, you know, add in a little more depth to the reasoning, it forces other characters' runtime to get squished down in order to fit that runtime. And I think the idea that, you know, ultimately it's a disappointing thing, but it's just nature of the business, you could get across that you had talented actors, you had people who cared about the story. Like, it wasn't something that was feeling like a cash grab, but rather like they were trying their best with the runtime and limited ability that they had, because obviously compressing mangas or light novels into such a short thing, it's, you know, you can only do the best you can do with that runtime. You don't have, it's like saying, okay, here's 4 volumes, cram it into a 12-episode season, right? It's just, it ain't gonna work out that well, but you hope for the best. And the idea that the author comes in with a personality that you're like, oh, you know, it shouldn't be too salty. You shouldn't be, like, maybe, yeah, hey, can I be a little picky? But if not, you know, it's okay. I understand you guys have, like, that's the vibe I'm getting. Like, they could have been dicks to this character and they would have been like, okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm just happy to see my character change it all. And I'm like, bruh. I was already invested in this episode, and then you can't even see my hand anymore. That's how much you took it up. I just wonder how spicy this character, because I don't know how much they can get away with, because if you've already sold, like, here's the thing. If there's, like, something in a contract that say you gotta do what the author wants, then they're gonna have to, but at the same time, I wonder if it's gonna get to a point where it's like, listen, we don't care anymore, and if it's gonna cause drama. I don't know. But the play looks interesting, and like I said at the start of this video, the directing was fantastic. So they're not actually in the play when they're doing the rehearsals, but the way they're doing the color and how you could just see, like, from their point of view, obviously they're not seeing all these color effects and splatter effects. But for us, we get to see that to really highlight just how emotional and into their roles they are. But you can just see from the background of just how impressed. And, I mean, Kana, she's doing well. She's really feeding off of a very talented actor. And in return, it's going to propel her to be an even better actress. And obviously, there's a lot with Aqua and, you know, his girlfriend, not girlfriend. It's a whole situation. But it's fun. It was a funny episode. It was an exciting episode. But it was an episode that flexed why this was an anime episode that used the anime medium to its full potential to amplify source material, I'm convinced. Because this was visually creative, the VAs are fantastic, the music directing is fantastic as well. I mean, even if for whatever reason this doesn't end up as my anime of the season, I'm in for a great, if not amazing time with Season 2 of Oshi no Ko. It was kind of funny though, because like a lot of people don't realize that, you know, the Oshi no Ko Season 2 poster is for Oshi no Ko because it looks like an action anime. Because at the end of the day, the poster is them in their stage play performances, like their costumes and stuff. But it really does look like a completely different anime. And I'm really excited to see what it's properly going to look like in the anime once we're past auditions, or not even auditions, just like the practice and stuff. Because the intro of the episode was just so cool as a trailer. I'm just imagining what they're going to do visually for the actual play, the stage performance, and obviously all the drama that will come with it. But either way, I'm so ready. I'm so ready that he's back, that Aqua's back, this crazy bastard's back, his plan of revenge, and everything that's going to happen with all the amazing characters and their characterizations and personal stories going forward. Let me know what you thought down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around, and of course ring that bell. And like I mentioned, we got those full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alrighty, so today we got FBI, D-Chip, Yogyo87, Zero, Derek Sanders, and James Murphy. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.